Yeah. So, welcome everyone. What I've been doing so far is we are trying to broadcast a team session over to YouTube. Now, what we have done on the YouTube, it's just focusing on the YouTube for now. So basically, what's happening? Well, I mean, whatever is ongoing through Teams can now be broadcasted to uh, YouTube or any other social media if needed. And now we are like what you have seen earlier at the beginning was a holding slide, which could be the introduction just before the starting of the session. So once that is done, now I can give a quick introduction, and then let me start by playing a quick video. So after this, you'll hear a quick video.
Hi, I'm Prithvik Sinadisi. I am a renal patient. I have renal impairment. I was actually born with 50% kidney damage. That progressed throughout my life, and I'm 16 now. I'm currently on dialysis. I'm a world science scholar, one of 75 under 18 exceptional mathematicians from all around the world, and I was the first one from the Middle East. I come to dialysis every week. In Al Jalila, I come 2 to 3 times a week. If I can show you exactly what happens, so I have a long tube, a catheter implanted in my chest, and 2 prongs are there, one for insertion of blood, one for the removal of blood. Unfortunately, I was diagnosed positive for COVID-19 and also had to fight that as a dialysis patient and as a renal failure patient, so that was also incredibly difficult. My family's finances have been struggling throughout this dialysis. I'm eternally grateful to His Highness Sheikh Mohammed for paying for my dialysis treatment. That was a massive financial burden lifted off of us. For instance, my dad is likely to be my kidney donor. He is a match, thankfully, but when he was applying for a job at a specific company, they immediately rejected him, purely for that reason. This is the kind of culture that we do need to change. We need to see kidney donors as being perfectly fine. We need to see it as a noble cause, really, that someone is giving up their organs to another person to allow them to live and survive. There are lots of things I can't do. For instance, strenuous exercise, I can't do. I haven't been able to do sports. For instance, my dehydration problems as well as muscle aches and pains do limit me a lot physically. I have problems with various types of food that will exacerbate my creatinine and urea problems and can make me incredibly sick. I do find it very difficult, for instance, to get out of bed in the morning, and the exhaustion does sometimes get difficult. My parents are obviously struggling with the situation. To see their child on dialysis, it's difficult for them. Members of my family are also suffering. My grandparents, who really want to see me better. It really affects the entire family. So this is the letter that His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid thankfully sent me during my kidney treatment. He graciously offered to pay my entire kidney treatment funds, and I'm eternally grateful for him to do that. He told me to stay strong and get better, and I've been trying to do that for every single day of my kidney transplant. I really want to make sure that the UAE is a hub for scientific innovation and exploration, and that is what I want to give back in the same way that His Highness has given so much to me. So the main message that I'd like to share with the world is that we really do need the help from everyone to sign up for organ donation.
Yeah. So now that the video is over, I'm going to give a quick talk. Like you see on the screen, you have a nice background. It could be anything. And then I have placed 3 different windows for 3 participants on the Teams call. So now I can increase the numbers based on the requirements. And similarly, the size will also be reduced as we go more in like in terms of numbers. Now, if you want to highlight a specific person, for example, if you have a moderator or if you have a key speaker, then I can make it a little bit bigger. I'll quickly demonstrate that to you now. like you can see on your screen, Jojo can be as a moderator, and he can be maximized based on the highlight. And now I can move people around. Now Srijit is here, I can move him too. Now I can move myself as well, and I can increase the size too. So these features are available if I choose this option, but then I will now move to a different option, which is window sharing of teams, which means whatever teams is allocating the size for all the participants, the same will be shown to the audience as well. I'm going to switch now. Like you see on my screen, we have switched to the Teams window capture. Now here is what is automatically controlled or adjusted by Teams, but I can still crop the areas whatever is required. So for example, you don't see the bottom part of the Teams window, whatever you had earlier. Now I can move this up and down. Since this is not going to be a full screen, you will still have some areas pending at the top and bottom. So these areas, I mean, it is nice to have a nice background so that it looks nicer and looks in contrast to the content, mainstream content. I will now go back to the individual window sizes as well. This is what I had shown you earlier. Now we have two options. Yeah, either we go with this option or we go with the next option. So this can go on as long as it is required, or in case if you wanted, we can keep toggling it. And if there's only one person, I can still have that preset to only one person as well. So all these are possible. Once the session is ended, I'm going to put an end slide. It's just going to be any other image. Now, if you have presentation, we can share a presentation. If you have nothing, it's just going to be talks. Then in that case, we can use only videos. And then at the end, we can have an ending slide, like you will see now. So that could be the end of the session. Now, once I've switched back to the multi-window design. So yeah, this is just to demonstrate on what can be made and how Teams meeting can be broadcasted on YouTube. Thank you all.
Thank you.